What's up, guys? Welcome back to Code Bay. So, last time we started with the attendance application and we created two pages for inputting the name and the classes in the subjects. So, let's move forward with it. Let's create another page as named as the third page. I'll just copy paste the same page so that I don't have to create the gradient again. Let's just delete everything that is present on this page. I'll log and delete. Okay, so in this page, we'll be adding the time when the college starts, the time when the college ends, and the time of the break. So for that, we need to take the inputs of 4 time. So we'll create a line of the same size, that is 300 in width. So we create a line and we give it the width as 300. I'll align it to the center. Okay, 1 second. Yeah. So I'll just change the color to white light. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll just repeat the same line 4 times because we need to take 4 inputs, one for the start time, one for the end time, and the break time will be from and to. So I'm just repeating this line 4 times and I'll just ungroup it. Now arrange the line the way you want it to be. So I'm just arranging them like this. Okay, let's create a text using start time, end time, break time, then the break will be from and to. Okay, so let's just place it to their color change to white and reduce the transparency. Okay, now the end time, the same way, place it, change the color. Now for the break time, we'll reduce this line to 125 in width because I want from and to be on the same line but as a different inputs. So okay, 300 and 300. Yep. So I'll align this line with other side by side like this. Yes. The guides help you to align them properly. Now I'll put from on the first input. So we'll change the color and the transparency reduced, and 2 the same way as we did it for from. Yes. Now let's put the break time on top of it. Let's change the color again to white and reduce the transparency. Okay, so we have taken all the inputs now. Now what we need is a button to go to the next page. So let's just unlock and copy paste this button to our third page. Copy and paste. Let's just see how it looks good if it's down or somewhere else. Not so much. I'll prefer it to be in center only. Okay. So once this is finalized, just lock this again so that it doesn't move, and we are done with the third page. Lock all the items from the third page so that they don't move. Lock it. Okay, so now moving forward for the fourth page, I'll just copy paste the same page again and rename it to fourth page. Okay, but I'll delete everything. But for the fourth page, I don't want a gradient. I want it to be a plain white page. So I'll create a artboard, an Android mobile artboard, and now rename it as fourth page. So once we get the artboard, I need the tabs on top, the tabs for the week from Monday to Saturday. Sunday is a holiday. Okay, some of the colleges have holiday on Saturday also, but some don't. So we'll just generalize it to Monday to Saturday. So I just created a rectangle over here of size 60 because the total artboard size is 360. So if we need 6 rectangles for each day, we divide by 6, we get 60. So I'll just ungroup them and align them properly. Make sure that all the rectangles are aligned properly without any spaces or without any overlappings. The lines, the guides help you a lot in doing this. So the last one now. Once you have aligned all this, just see the ratio. The height is too small compared to the whole artboard. So what I'll do is I'll just create a height of 60 only. I'll make it a square because if I increase the height above 60, it won't look good. The size of the width and the height should be either same for a tabbed activity, or the width should be more than the height. So here what I'm doing is I'm keeping it the same. I'm keeping it square. Let's just group them together and we'll bring it down because on top I want to write timetable as the heading. So top also, from top we'll leave a 60 margin because it should be a bit symmetric. So top I'll create a rectangle of height 60. Now in the rectangle I want to give it a gradient, the same gradient of violet and white, but I don't want a vertical gradient. What I want is a horizontal gradient. So I just copied the color. Now in the gradient, what I'll do is I'll just change this gradient to horizontal like this. Okay, so I'll paste my color. Oh, sorry. I'll paste my color, press enter, and make this color as white. Yes. So once you're done with that, let's create a text view saying timetable. Now let's just align this on the rectangle exactly at the center. Let's increase the size because it's too small. Align and change the color to black since it will be visible properly to everyone. Since it is a title, it should be visible properly. Okay, now let's just create other text views for each day of the week from Monday to Saturday. So I'll just write it in caps and the short forms, not the whole, because the tab space is very small to adjust it. If you reduce the font size, it won't be visible much properly. So I feel this is a good way to do it. Now let's just align them at the center of the rectangles. I'll change the color to black. Now the Tuesday. While aligning, make sure you align exactly with Monday. The guides help you to align it. Change the color. Wednesday. What I feel is black is not looking that good. So what I want to do is I want to change the color to violet. Yeah, this is looking nice. So let's just change the color everywhere to violet. Let's just keep the timetable as black so that it stands out as a heading. And for rest of the things, let's go with our color schema, that is the violet and white. So we align all the text views together. The last Saturday now. Okay. So now we are done with this. Let's just ungroup this rectangles because I don't want those borders to be seen. So I'll ungroup them and I'll remove the border. Okay. So now you need to make sure that the user knows the active tab. So I'll just create a small line of the same 60 width as that of the rectangle and increase the border size to 2. Place it exactly on the rectangle bottom. Make sure you place it exactly at the rectangle bottom so that it gives you a proper look, a proper distance. So so I think it should be 120. 120. The y-axis should be 120. Okay, let's try to make the border 3. Color change to violet and let's make it border 3. Oh no, the 2 border size 2 is better. So yeah, we got the current presently working tab. Now we want to add this button because the user will be adding the subjects using this button. Okay, now this way user is adding the subject will be like the first subject. If the college is starting at 9 o'clock, the first subject will have the timings from 9 to 10. So there will be 1 hour gap. So the user will be putting the subject according to his timetable, the first subject first, the second subject second, in the particular format. The break timing we will manage later in the Android. Let us just see for the UI how it goes on. Okay, with the button, I'm just inverting the colors so that it looks proper on this white background. So I'll give violet to the circle and white to the plus sign. I'll align it a little bit down. Okay, so let us just assume that user has already inputted maybe 2 or 3 subjects, so that you just come to know how it's going to look. Now let's just try that out. We'll create a rectangle for that. I'm just creating a rectangle with, okay, I'll just keep the width to be 300 now. The same thing which we are following. Align it to the center. The corner radius I want to make as 5. Yeah, and the borders. The border as usual, it should be violet. Okay. So let's now create a text view and add the subject name, say DBMS, Database Management Systems, and place it onto the rectangle exactly at the center. Let's change the color to violet again. Okay, let's repeat the rectangle for maybe 3 times. Yeah, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just copy pasting the same DBMS text view twice for the 2 other rectangles. Now I'll align them. Once we are done, let's change the subject to OOPD, Object Oriented Programming and Design, and to SAD, System Analysis and Design. Align them to the center again. Okay, done. So it means we have the first subject as DBMS, second as OOPD, third as SAD, which will, for example, if we start at 9 o'clock, go according like 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12. Let us log this item so that it doesn't move from anywhere, and we are done. That is it for today. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and press the bell icon so that you don't miss out any of our videos. We keep uploading the video every Sunday. Thank you so much, guys.